Did you know that nearly half of the United States is practically empty? Think about it. We got approximately 342 million people in this country. But you look at a map, and there are these massive chunks of land where almost nobody lives. It's crazy. The combined population of the 10 least populated states is nearly the same as that of New York City. Why is half of America empty? Why aren't people moving to these states? What makes them so undesirable? We're diving deep into the mystery behind America's emptiest states. We're talking about the places people seem to be avoiding. Get ready to explore the 10 least inhabited states, the places that time forgot, the states no one wants to live in. First up, we're heading north, way north, to the land of lobster rolls and Stephen King novels. Maine. Now, Maine is beautiful, don't get me wrong. We're talking rugged coastlines, picturesque lighthouses, forests that go on forever. But those picture-perfect landscapes come with a catch, and that catch is winter. I'm talking brutal, unforgiving winters that would make a polar bear think twice. The economy in many parts of Maine is heavily reliant on tourism and seasonal businesses, which means job opportunities can be about as common as a sunny day in December. So yeah, Maine's got its charms, but if you're not a fan of the cold or being snowed in for months on end, it might not be the place for you. Next up, we're heading to Big Sky Country, Montana. Montana is known for its wide open spaces, stunning mountain ranges, and of course, Yellowstone National Park. It's the kind of place where you can drive for hours and only see a handful of cars. Montana's beauty comes at a price: extreme weather and geographic isolation. We're talking scorching hot summers, freezing cold winters, and enough wind to knock you off your feet. The job market in Montana can also be as unforgiving as the weather, with limited opportunities outside of agriculture, tourism, and energy extraction. While Montana might be a paradise for cowboys, outdoor enthusiasts, and anyone looking to escape the hustle and bustle, it's not exactly a haven for everyone. From the vast wilderness of Montana, we're shrinking ourselves down to the smallest state in the Union, Rhode Island. Now, you might think that being small would make Rhode Island more appealing, right? Less space, more people, more opportunities. Well, not exactly. Rhode Island might be small, but it packs a punch when it comes to challenges. For starters, the cost of living here is sky high, especially when it comes to housing. We're talking some of the highest housing costs in the country, which can make it tough for people to make ends meet. Rhode Island has struggled with a sluggish economy and limited job growth, making it tough for people to find work, especially in certain industries. While Rhode Island might have its charms, its small size doesn't translate to small problems. Next up, we're heading to the first state, Delaware. Delaware might be small, but it's got a big history. It was one of the original 13 colonies, after all. But somewhere along the way, Delaware seems to have gotten stuck in a time warp. Don't get me wrong, it's got its charms. Beautiful beaches, charming small towns, and a slower pace of life. But for some, Delaware can feel a little, well, boring. So unless you're really into history, beaches, or working for a Fortune 500 company, Delaware might not be the most exciting place to put down roots. South Dakota, where the buffalo roam and the people don't. Hold on to your hats, folks, because we're heading to the Mount Rushmore state, South Dakota. South Dakota is a land of extremes. We're talking wide-open prairies, towering mountains, and some of the most extreme weather you'll find anywhere in the country. We're talking scorching hot summers that can melt asphalt and winters so cold that your breath freezes in midair. The isolation here is real, folks. The economy in South Dakota is heavily reliant on agriculture and tourism, which means that if you're not a farmer or a park ranger, finding a job can be tough. While South Dakota might be a great place to visit for its natural beauty and historical significance, it's not exactly a magnet for people looking to put down roots. From South Dakota, we're heading north to its even less populated twin, North Dakota. North Dakota is a land of stark beauty. We're talking endless prairies, rolling hills, and big skies that seem to stretch on forever. But all that beauty comes at a price. Brutal winters that can last for half the year. North Dakota's economy is heavily reliant on agriculture and energy extraction, which means that job opportunities outside of those industries are few and far between. Unless you're a farmer, an oil worker, or a polar bear in disguise, North Dakota might not be the most welcoming place to call home. Get ready for an adventure, folks, because we're heading north to the last frontier, Alaska. Alaska is a land of extremes. We're talking towering mountains, glaciers that will take your breath away, and wildlife that's straight out of a nature documentary. But all that beauty comes at a price. Extreme isolation, a high cost of living, and some of the harshest environmental conditions on the planet. We're talking winters that can last for months, temperatures that can plunge to 60 degrees below zero, and daylight hours that can range from 24 hours in the summer to just a few hours in the winter. The cost of living in Alaska is also sky high, thanks in part to its remoteness and the challenges of transporting goods and services. While Alaska might be a dream destination for adventurers, nature lovers, and anyone looking to escape the rat race, it's not for the faint of heart. From the frozen tundra of Alaska, we're heading to the Green Mountain State, Vermont. Vermont is known for its stunning natural beauty, charming small towns, and of course, its maple syrup. But beneath Vermont's idyllic facade lies a harsh reality: a shrinking job market, a high cost of living, and an aging infrastructure. Vermont's economy has struggled in recent years with limited job growth and a high cost of living that's driven many young people out of the state. While Vermont might be a great place to retire or raise a family if you can afford it, it's not exactly a haven for young professionals or those looking for affordable living. Saddle up, we're heading to the cowboy state, Wyoming. Wyoming is a land of rugged beauty, with towering mountains, vast plains, and a history steeped in the Wild West. But the reality of living in Wyoming is a little less romantic. Wyoming is the least populated state in the U.S. for a reason. Extreme geographic isolation, limited job opportunities, and a lack of cultural experiences. Unless you're a cowboy at heart, an oil worker, or someone who really values their peace and quiet, Wyoming might not be the most stimulating place to live. Last but not least, we're heading to the Mountain State, West Virginia. West Virginia is a land of rugged beauty, with rolling hills, dense forests, and a rich history tied to coal mining. But West Virginia's beauty is often overshadowed by its struggles. The state has been hit hard by the decline of the coal industry, leading to widespread unemployment, poverty, and a sense of hopelessness in many communities. The opioid epidemic has also ravaged the state, leaving behind a trail of broken lives and shattered families. While West Virginia might be a beautiful and welcoming place with a strong sense of community, it's also a state that's facing some serious challenges. There you have it, the 10 least populated states in the U.S. and the reasons why people aren't exactly flocking to them. From brutal winters and limited job opportunities to extreme isolation and a lack of cultural experiences, these states definitely present their fair share of challenges. But hey, maybe that's part of their appeal. Maybe you're tired of the hustle and bustle of city life and crave the peace and quiet of a place where your neighbors are miles away. Whatever your reasons, there's no denying that these states offer something unique. A chance to escape the ordinary, to connect with nature, and to experience a different way of life. Which of these states would you move to? Are you ready for Alaska's wild adventures or Wyoming's peace and quiet? Let me know in the comments. And before you go, hit that like button, subscribe, and turn on notifications for more exciting content.